Yo, look left, look down Real Madrid. Today we're gonna go back in time, back when every stadium was like totally empty, pretty unusual, unlike Man City, but yeah. And yeah, man, the 1920 season was a special year for Real Madrid. A lot of young mandem becoming old, and a lot of aging youngsters that's about to become something, but they're not really like there yet. So it was a team that was a little bit mixed, but today we're gonna make a starting 11 of Real Madrid 1920 lockdown season, and a little bit of the bench in that man. So yeah, man. As an in goal, we begin with the man himself, Thibaut Courtois. I think this guy had his first like good season with Real Madrid, man. He clutched up big time, man. It was a lot of like 1-0 wins that Real Madrid had, and he was the reason why they held a clean sheet some games. And in my opinion, all time, I think he is in the top 3. In my opinion, I'll take him over Casillas, I ain't gonna lie, just because of like his height, how big he is, and yeah, his clutch, man, I can't lie. And then at the centre back position, we have Sergio Ramos. We don't have my man in the game, so I'm just gonna use someone with the same name. And this guy was mental this season, bro, I can't lie. He wasn't as good as he was back like 2, 3, 4 years ago, but he was still mental. Like 11 goals as a centre back is mental. A lot from like free kicks, penalties, corners, free kicks where like Luka just bend it in for my man to just head it in, and he was mental that season, man. Really like good for the youngsters as well, just like especially next to Varane, and that just help everyone just evolve and mature. And it was the man that just held him in the hand, just making sure that everything was like organized and shit, man. Do you know what I mean? And then on the other centre back position, we have my brother Varane. He's also retired. Mental that Varane retired before Ramos. That's low-key mental work, man. Whilst Ramos was like the leader, but yeah, Varane this season was pretty good and solid. I think he had like a good season. Some people overshadow it with his mistake, but yeah. And let's get to his mistake. So he literally made so Real Madrid lost 2-1 against Man City in the Champions League. And that was not very nice, as you can see with the clips and highlights and shit, or lowlights maybe we should say. Mental work, man. My man just gave him 2 goals, man. Mental work, bro, I can't lie. But only 1 or 2 mistakes, it's not too bad, man. For the whole entirety of the season, he was decent, I can't lie, man. He was decent. And then at the left back position, we have my boy Ferland Mendy. I can't lie, this guy was actually becoming something great, man. This guy was like 25, already like starting above Marcelo, just because like Marcelo's like fitness levels was going down. Man was starting to get old, and everything like defensively, like stamina, strength, speed, I think Mendy was better than Marcelo. Of course, like build up wise, shooting, passing, dribbling, creativity, whatever, Marcelo was way better. But this guy, for the defensive sake, he was better. I think that my man started a little bit more than Marcelo, but Marcelo still had a little bit of legs in him still. I can talk more about Marcelo later as well, man, but yeah. And then at the right back position, you have my boy Carvajal. I can't lie, he was decent for the whole season. He didn't have no blunder. He wasn't amazing, but he was decent, man. He was decent for the whole season. It was a good year for him, man. And he's like a little bit old, like 28 at this point. So like he wasn't old, but it still was like mature and shit. So my man helped the youngest in that, man. You know what I mean? And then at the CDMs, we got my boy Casemiro. I can't lie, this guy was decent for the whole season as well, man. He was holding a good season. He scored a bunch of goals. He was like pretty secure. Like he was like almost as good as a centre back at defending. Like if you look at my man's record against Messi, do you know how high the percentage is that Messi dribbled past my man? Like you couldn't get past him, and he could score a bit of goals in that, man. He was mental. I don't know, yeah, like you know what I mean. But I ain't gonna lie, if you compare my man to Luquita and Toni Kroos that was in front of him, I'm not gonna lie, he was nowhere near, man. But they are good in the individual way, you know. Like very different place in my opinion. But yeah, let's move on to Luquita. This guy, man, I can't lie, he wasn't as good as he was 17-18 Ballon d'Or season with Croatia and Real Madrid and that 3P and shit. But my man was still good, man. I can't lie. Man was like 36 and he was still doing the thing he was doing, man. Transition, just passing, dribbling, flipping, shooting, everything, man. Clutch, leadership, everything he had at that age as well, man. He was moving mental. I can't lie, it was not as good as 18, 17, but still very, very good, man. Like a slight bit worse, but still amazing. I can't lie. You can barely even tell that my man is 36. Like, wasn't like, yeah, not gonna lie, man. Then at the other centre backs position, we have my boy Tony Cruz, and I can't lie, this guy was very good. I ain't gonna lie, man. If you ask me, my man had the leadership. My man had the passing. And that was mainly it. Like he was mainly doing passing, free kick, corner, and leadership. That was mainly what he was good at. And maybe a little bit now and then, my man was shooting the ball. If we look at that when it was pointing to Vinny, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, my man was doing that madness. Then we got my boy Vinny, and oh my god, I can't lie, this brother in the 1920 season, he was moving mad, bro. I can't lie. Like, he was so inconsistent and so not to his final level, man. He was a unsharp diamond, man, or like, yeah, unpolished diamond. I ain't gonna lie. He had the speeds and he had the dribbling at some certain points. He could go past like 3-4 man and then just miss an open goal. I can't lie. He could create the chances, but he couldn't finish him. And sometimes he was just buns. Overall, he couldn't do shit, man. I can't lie. But yeah, man, I guess eventually he became what he became. So you always gotta go through like one period where you're us until you become the level that you could become, you know. And he was still playing above Hazard because he was just injured. So yeah, man. But hey, 2 years later, my man was doing that madness, no. So hey, my man had his redemption arc, to be honest. So yeah. And then we have my boy, big boy Benzi. I have a very card evil of him as well. I can't lie. Yeah, let's talk about my man though. I can't lie. This was 2 seasons after Ronaldo left, or 1 season after, and I can't lie, you could tell that my man had been in the shadow of the likes of Ronaldo and them, man. My man was like a little bit in the shadow. Man was doing link up and like try to just help his teammates, not like be an ego type shit player. But then when it came to this season, I think this was the first season where you could just see my man on display, being the main man in the attack. I ain't gonna lie, man. You had some inconsistent or young players like in the attack other than my man. It was him and Ramos that was scoring most goals, I can't lie. And my man had like 20 goals in that season, top goal scorer. His link up was mental as well, I can't lie. Other than like Ramos, I think he might be like one of the best if we don't think of the midfielders as well, man. Ramos in the midfield and Benzi was, I think those lot are the best in the team in my opinion, man. Then we have my boy Rodrigo. I ain't gonna lie, why he is in the starting 11 instead of a certain other Welshman, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, man, Rodrigo, this was like one of his first seasons, innit? So he was kind of like Ask Vinny, a little bit of like unpolished diamond in that, man. But he had some clutch free kicks and moments where he came back. Sometimes he was a bit inconsistent. Like he had moments, but not really consistent games. And I guess he's still somewhat on the same kind of thing. But now he's just injured, so you can't really judge him. But yeah, man, I think this guy was about to become something great, but he wasn't really there yet, you know, I can't lie. And then we have my man, Gareth Bale. I ain't gonna lie, this was his last good season. I think that up until this point, he was amazing, especially in the Champions League clutch moments, like bicycle kick and shit, Gareth Bale run. But at this point, he was starting to lose a little bit of, himself, I ain't gonna lie. And he had some issues with CSU, and my man didn't really play like that. But hey, he still had a little bit of pace, he still had a little bit of the shots. He could low-key do it somewhat to a kind of alright level, but he was declining and he was getting old and a little bit inconsistent, and he wasn't trusted. So yeah, his level stepped down a little bit. But yeah, man, I still rate my man, you know, I can't lie. I ain't gonna lie, I think my brother Rodrigo played more. I'm not sure though, but hey, you can check it out, man, do you know what I mean? And then we got my boy Eden, also on the bench, aka in the stands, because my man was injured the whole year. Almost, not really. He was a little bit in the beginning, but fam, I ain't gonna lie, my man just ate burgers and said that it was recovery and rest. I can't lie, my man was not doing it. My man, I can't lie, this is one of the most lazy people of all time. His talent just carried him, and that's it. No hard work. And then when age caught up to him, when he was 29, he was 29 at this point, and that's when he declined. That's when he had his last peak year. Can't lie, nah, 76 appearances his whole entire Real Madrid career. Low-key buns, man, I can't lie. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, full disaster, bro, I can't lie. And after this year, he didn't even play like much, to be honest. This is year where he played the much, I think. Well, I don't even know, man, honestly. Maybe, I don't know. And then we got my boy Marcelo, and he is also on the bench because Mendy played more than him. But yeah, man, I gotta have a shout about my man. I think this brother is the best left back of all time. And if we don't think of Maldini, he's a centre back, I think. Estibado and Maldini, hard to compare. It's literally two different players. But yeah, man, I think my brother was losing fitness, losing speed, losing endurance, losing strength a little bit. And yeah, he wasn't really like doing it. So that's why I felt like Mendy was ahead of him. But hey, low-key, creativity-wise, dribbling-wise, passing-wise, shooting-wise, my man clears Mendy, bro. Like, this guy's one compared to him offensively. And yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Current Marcelo or current Mendy, I think Marcelo, bro. I can't lie. Because Mendy is so ass in real life right now. I can't lie, man. Marcelo, he still got it, man. He still got the takers and passing and shit. I can't lie, man. It's only a little bit. He doesn't have the fitness. I can't lie. Does my man have the fitness? Man literally just got injured, so I don't know, man. And then I don't know how I could end this video without my man. I can't lie, Mariano. This guy, man. If we look at highlights, my man had everything. 13-second goal against Barcelona from a throw-in. That goal against Roma, oof. Bam, top bins. I can't lie. If you look at highlights, my man was mental, but I can't lie, yeah. In moments, he was good, but link-up wise, passing, terrific, bro. I can't lie. He couldn't create chances. He just asked for the ball and he flip it, shot it from any angle possible. If we look at him in some way, he looked like Ronaldo, and if we look at him in some way, it looked like he just took some random guy from the street. I can't lie. He was so like weird, innit? Like, he was two players in one player, Ronaldo and random street players, you know. But yeah, I can't lie, if my man had a brain and he was consistent and he could do decision making and he had the link up, I can't lie, this brother might have been the new thing. Maybe the new Ronaldo. Maybe he would have still played there currently. Imagine Vinny, Mbappe and Mariano in the attack in Real Madrid. Not gonna lie, if we have current Mariano at Real Madrid, man would just ask for the ball and then just smash it. I ain't gonna lie, man. But yeah, maybe that would work. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know, man. But yeah, man, at least Real Madrid won the league this year and they developed some youngsters and shit. And yeah, and damn, I was about to forget my man Fede. Oh my god, this brother, man, I can't lie, this was like one of his first seasons, isn't it? It was also a youngster, and my man was decent this season. He was starting to become something very passionate, and he did a bunch of running, he did a bunch of passing, he defended a lot, he tried to go forward, box to box, smash a lot of people, big post. But yeah, and my man had a very, very good moment. The red card against Atleti was mental. I can't lie. If you just look at this clip here, mental work, man. I can't lie. My man just slid in Morata's ass like it was nothing, and then just started the full beef. I can't lie. Ramos just said like, I kill him. I hear it, man. Last second or minute, or I was actually 114th. But who cares, man? Honestly, it was worth it. Cause like then they didn't concede, and then they won, the trophy, innit? So yeah, and yeah, man. Yeah, overall this season, I think it was a good season. They won the league, and yeah, man, it was a decent season, man. I can't lie. Am I gonna play a game with this team? That would be very, very difficult, man. I can't lie. The Casemiro only got shit cards. The center backs are retired or playing in a shit league. And yeah, the team is looking weird, bro. I can't lie, but yeah. But hey, maybe I'ma play with another Real Madrid team that might come out pretty soon. So yeah, man, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Take care and peace, man.